Hey everyone, I am Manoj Kumar and today in this video, in this session, we will be talking about business studies for class 12 and we will be talking about the first chapter, that is nature and significance of management. In my earlier video on business studies, we had discussed about how to prepare this subject business studies for your boards exams, what are the problem areas, how to approach the study materials, how to write your answers, how to comprehend the application based questions. And now from onwards we will be talking about all the chapters one by one. Right now we will talk about the first chapter, and as I had said in my earlier video, when we are talking about a particular chapter, we must be fully aware of the various topics, the contents of the chapter. What are the topics, subtopics or sub-subtopics which we have to study in a chapter. It is important to have a collective of these topics so that when you look at the question, what the question is talking about comes to your mind. Please recall I had said that in an application based questions, the first reading you get an answer, don't move forward, hold on, reread, get confirmed that yes, this case study is talking about planning or controlling or whatever, and only when you get confirmed, go ahead. Like in case of sickness, when we go to a doctor, we go for second opinion to get confirmed that yes, someone is suffering from such and such disease. Similarly, on the face of it, prima facie, if you come at a conclusion that this chapter is talking about this topic, just hold on, reread it, get confirmed and then move ahead. That's why it is very important to have the contents of a particular chapter at the back of your mind. So, in the beginning, let us see the various topics that we have to study in this chapter. The first one, as you can see, is the concept and meaning of management. What does it mean? What is the definition? What are the various key words, key sentences in the definition? What are its scope? How can we relate it to our everyday life? Then we will be talking about characteristics of management or its features or characteristic features, which gives us a broad idea of what management is all about. Right? Then we have objectives of management. There are three objectives: economic objectives, social objectives and organizational objectives. Then importance of management. Why it is important to have management? What is the significance of management? Why do we need it? Right? Then we will be talking about nature of management. In nature of management, we will see whether management is an art or management is a science or management is a profession. We will be talking about the various features of management that we have already seen over here. We will be talking about the features of science, the features of art and features of profession, and then we will see whether those features of science, art and profession are present there in management or not. And then we will arrive at a conclusion whether it is science, art or profession. Then we will be talking about levels of management. It is pyramidal, wide at the bottom, narrow at the top. We have lower level management, or also known as supervisory level. Then we have middle level management, and then we have top level management. And we will be also talking about the various designations which comes under that, and we will be also talking about the various functions which are carried out by these three levels of management. Then we will be talking about functions of management: planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. These are 5 functions of management, and we will be reading about all of them later on. As you are well aware that we have chapters by these names: planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. Then we will be talking about coordination. What is coordination and what are its characteristics, right? So let us first try to understand what management is all about. This management one can find anywhere, whether it is a big organization or a small organization, whether it is for profit or not for profit, whether it is manufacturing or whether it is a service provider, whether it is a political party, whether it is a religious organization, club, hospital, restaurant, household, school, college. You can take any example. All these organizations have certain goals to achieve, and for that they need management, they need a team, right? And then management, what does a manager do? Think of a bank manager, think of a school principal, right? Think of a hospital manager. So all the organizations are there only to achieve some preset objectives. They have a goal to achieve. They have a task to perform, right? Like in a restaurant, the work is to provide food services. In an educational institution, they provide educational services, right? So the work of a manager, a bank manager is there. There are many other staffs: accountant, cashier, clerk, and all the people who are there in a bank or in a school: principal, vice principal, teachers, non-teaching staff, transport, bus, conductor, librarian, games, sports. So within an organization, there are many different sections or units or departments, and all of them have to perform their duty, right? And this management is there in all types of organizations, as I have said earlier. Even in a political organization, they have their president, they have their discipline committee, they have their election committee, right? And in view of all this, the examples that we have seen, how do we define management? How do we define management? So management is defined as a process of getting things done. This is one part. Management is defined as the process of getting things done to achieve predetermined or preset goals, objectives, effectively and efficiently, right? I will repeat it once again. Management is defined as a process of getting things done. Getting things done, it is a process of getting things done It is a process. And why it is there? It is there to achieve a preset, predetermined goals, objectives, and how they have to be achieved? They have to be achieved effectively and efficiently. They have to be achieved effectively and efficiently. So, as we have seen, management is a process of getting things done. The main work of a manager is to get things done. As we have seen in the case of a school, we have one principal, and there are many different types of work operations in an organization, and the work of a principal is to get the things done by individuals, right? How do we get things done? We have a team, we have a group, there are team members, there are group members, and all the group members have their well-defined, specified, particular job to perform, right? So, this is a process. When we say process, we are talking about its 5 functions: planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. So, this is a process. We know that when we talk of process, we are talking of steps. We are talking of a series of steps, right? And what is to be done? What is to be done? We have to achieve the preset or predetermined goals. For example, in the case of Maruti, they have an objective to sell, let us say, 10 lakh units of a car in a financial year. Or they have, the Maruti, they have a market share of, let us say, 53%. They have to increase it by 2 more percent. They have to work to achieve a market share of 55%. For a school, the objective is to get 100% result, right? For a restaurant, the objective is to provide food services which satisfies the customers, the diners, right? And how this is to be done? This is to be done effectively and efficiently. When we say effectively, what do we mean by effectiveness? By effectiveness, we mean completion of task. The work that has to be performed, the goal that has to be achieved, has to be met. Has to be met. If the task has been completed, if the work has been completed, we are effective. Right? And then the second keyword is efficiency, efficiently. When we say efficiently, what we mean is it has to be completed in the specified time and in the specified budget or cost. Right? So, if the let us say the budget is 5 crore and the time is 1 year. So, if we can complete the task in a year or within a year, less than a year, or we are completing the task at a budget of 5 crores in a year, we are efficient because we have been able to complete our task. We were able to complete our task in the given time, in the given budget. If we complete it ahead of the schedule, less than the budget, then we are more efficient. Then we are more efficient. To just give you an example, all of us have heard the name of Mukesh Ambani. In the very beginning of his career, he was there to commission the petrochemical complex of Reliance Industries in Jamnagar in Gujarat. that plant was to be commissioned in 2 years' time. Now what Mukesh Ambani did years ago was he completed the task 6 months ahead of the schedule. He was able to commission the plant in 1.5 years, 6 months ahead of the schedule, right? So we can very easily say that he was more efficient. He was more efficient, right? So as we have seen from the definition, management is the process of getting things done. When we say process, we are talking about the 5 different functions of management. Getting things done, it means we are talking about a team, we are talking about a group. The team members and group members have well specified particular job to perform, and what has to be done? We have to achieve the preset or predetermined goals, right? And how it has to be done? It has to be done effectively and efficiently, right? So these are the keywords: process, effectiveness and efficiency, right? For example, there is a gathering, there is a mob. There are 2 police officers. One police officer goes there, persuades the mob to disperse. Persuade the mob to disperse without using any force, right? So he is effective. He was able to disperse the mob gets dispersed. There is no injury on the side of the police force. There is no injury to the public. So the police officer is effective and efficient both. He was able to disperse the mob. There was no bad publicity. On the other hand, another police officer uses lathi charge, uses tear gas shells, the mob disperses. He is effective. He completed his task by dispersing the mob, but he cannot be said to be efficient because there are lot of injuries on the side of the police force as well as to the general public, which brings bad publicity to the administration. So this is one example from our daily life which will help us relate what is meant by effectiveness and efficiency. We have also seen earlier the example of Mukesh Ambani, who was able to commission the Jamnagar Petrochemical Complex of Reliance Industries 6 months ahead of the schedule in the early phase of his career, and that achievement brought him the recognition in the business world. He was taken as someone who is an achiever because he was not only effective but very efficient as well, right? So in this video we talked about the various topics, the contents of the chapter, first chapter, nature and significance of management, and then we talked about what is meant by management, what is the concept, what is its meaning, its definition and the key words, and how it is germane, how it is directly related with our surroundings, right? In my next video, I will be talking about characteristics of management or its features, right? Thank you.